All right, let's just jump right in. We are living through an absolute gold rush with this AI revolution. I mean, it is creating new millionaires, seriously, every single week. So the biggest question is, how do you get a piece of that action? Well, today we're going to break down 3 very different blueprints to do exactly that. This quote from entrepreneur Iman Gadzhi, man, it just hits different, right? The idea that one single person with the right AI tools could build a billion-dollar empire, that's not some far-off sci-fi movie anymore. That's the potential we're staring at right now. And this whole concept is really the foundation for the 3 business models we're about to explore. And get this, every single one can be started with literally 0 employees. Okay, so you've got options. But how do you actually choose the right path? You can't just throw a dart at a board and hope for the best. To really figure out which model is the right fit for you, we need a system, a consistent way to evaluate each one apples to apples. And here's how we're going to do it. We'll be rating each model across 5 key categories. First, general difficulty. You know, how much of a brainiac do you need to be to pull this off? Then there's time intensity. Is this going to be a side hustle or is it going to consume your entire life? Scalability. Can this thing grow into an absolute monster or does it top out? Of course, income potential. What's the money really looking like? And finally, stress level. Because who wants to be pulling their hair out 24/7? This is going to give us a super clear side-by-side picture. First up, we've got a model for all you tech heads out there. The builders, the problem solvers, the people who love making things work. We're calling this persona the technician. And their blueprint is the AI automation agency. If you're the kind of person who just loves getting under the hood and tinkering with software, you're going to want to pay close attention to this. So what do these agencies actually do? Well, the idea is simple, but it's incredibly powerful. They save businesses time, and we all know time is money. Just think about all the boring, repetitive tasks in any company. Answering the same customer questions over and over, sending follow-up emails, scheduling calls. Ugh. An AI automation agency acts like a SWAT team. They swoop in, find those painful bottlenecks, and build smart AI systems to put all of it on autopilot, 24/7. Okay, but this is where it gets really interesting. Let's look at the scorecard. The income potential is undeniably high. We're talking retainers of $3, $5, even $10,000 a month per client. But, and it's a big but, that comes at a price. The difficulty is rated hard because this isn't just about playing around with a simple AI tool. You have to be fluent in platforms like Zapier and HubSpot, understand APIs, and maybe even build custom bots. And that high stress level, oh yeah, that's real. Because you're not just a consultant, you're running critical systems for that business. If something you build breaks at 2 a.m., it's your phone that's going to be ringing because your client is actively losing money. So, maybe the idea of getting a frantic call in the middle of the night isn't your thing. No worries. Let's shift gears to our second model. This one is for the creative. This is for the storytellers, the marketers, the people who just get what makes content pop on the internet. If you have an eye for what goes viral, the AI content agency might be your jam. Every business, every creator, they all know they need to be pumping out short-form video content to stay relevant. It's not optional anymore. But who has the time or the skill to do it at scale? That's the massive problem you solve. You become their content engine. You take their long-form stuff, like a 2-hour podcast or a keynote speech, you feed it to these specialized AIs, and they find all the juicy shareable moments, automatically add captions, and boom. You've just created dozens of perfect clips for TikTok, Reels, and Shorts. And when we look at the scorecard for this one, you see moderate pretty much all the way down. And honestly, that's its strength. It's a solid, balanced business model. The income is consistent, maybe $2,000 to $5,000 a client, and the difficulty is manageable. You're mastering specific AI tools, not an entire software stack. But notice the scalability is also moderate. Why? Because as you grow, you eventually need more people. AI can find the clips, but you still need a human eye for that final approval. And hiring people can cap your growth or start eating into your profits. It's a fantastic, stable business, but it might have a ceiling. So the first 2 models we looked at are pretty classic agency setups, right? You sell a service, you get a client. But our third model, this one is a fundamental shift in thinking. It throws the traditional sales process right out the window. You're not looking for clients anymore. You're looking for partners. This brings us to our final blueprint, and it's the one the source is personally most excited about: AI shadow operating. This is for the operator, the strategist, the mastermind working behind the scenes. And maybe the most exciting part is that it's accessible to almost anyone, no matter what your background is. Here's how it works. You find creators with small but super engaged audiences. Think 10 to 50,000 followers. A lot of these creators have fans who are begging to buy something from them, but the creator just doesn't know how to monetize. So you approach them, not with a bill, but with an opportunity. You say, let's partner up. I will use AI to build and run the entire launch for your first digital product, and we'll just split the revenue. And the process is just so clean. The creator does what they're great at. They create the product, and they bring the audience. You, as the operator, use AI to handle everything else. The marketing strategy, the landing pages, the sales emails, the payment system, all of it. You become the monetization engine that runs in the shadows.
And the numbers here can be staggering. Let's just use the source's conservative example. You partner with a creator who has 50,000 followers. You launch a $500 product and you sell it to just 100 people. I mean, that's a tiny 0.2% of their audience. That's still a $50,000 launch. With a standard 30% cut, your share is 15 grand from one single project.
And this is why these ratings look almost too good to be true. The difficulty and time commitment are low because modern AI tools now automate the hardest parts of a launch, and that directly leads to crazy high scalability. Since you're not bogged down in the day-to-day grind, you can build a whole portfolio of these partnerships, just stacking your income streams one after another. So, we've covered the technician, the creative, and the operator, three very different ways to build an AI-powered business. Let's bring them all together for one last look, a final side-by-side comparison to help you figure out which path makes the most sense for you. This table really lays it all out, doesn't it? You have the AI automation agency, high risk, high reward, perfect for the tech expert. Then there's the AI content agency, a really solid balanced option for creatives. And finally, the AI shadow operator model, a low barrier, high scalability opportunity for strategic thinkers. Just looking at this, which column resonates with you? Where do your skills and your goals line up? But here's the single most important takeaway from all of this. It's so easy to get mesmerized by the technology itself, but AI is not a magic money button. On its own, it won't make you a dime. Its true power is only unlocked when you combine it with a smart business model that provides real value to someone. Ultimately, AI is the most powerful tool our generation has ever been handed. But a tool is only as good as the person using it and the plan they're following. So the final question isn't about the AI, it's about you. Which of these blueprints will you use to build your future?